Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
Today we'll be talking about
The Flash, episode 13, The Nuclear Man.
Okay. That thing.
And I have notes this time.
Yay.
So I think I'm going to start doing that from now on because I think that it works better and we know more of what we want to talk about instead of kind of just like trying to remember everything. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So to start off, we have the Barry and Linda stuff.
Cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
Still not a Linda. Still not a Belinda
Okay,
fan.
let me just say this. I think that he is better with Linda than with Caitlin.
Freaking hell yes.
Okay, if he's gonna be with anybody other than Iris, I would prefer him to be with Linda.
And
you guys all know how we feel about it, so we don't really need to go into that again. But we got some Caitlin and Ronnie stuff this time, which was really great.
Yeah.
We finally started to see some snowstorm or whatever they're being called. Firestorm or I don't know. Yeah, snowstorm. I think that's what they're going by, is snowstorm.
Snowfire.
Snowstorm.
Snowfire sounds too much like Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, it sounds like Swanfire, which I miss, but we'll go into that later.
Or not.
Or not.
I mean, that's Once Upon a Time, not Flash.
We'll go into that another time.
A Once Upon a Time video.
Yeah, another time, when we do a Once Upon a Time video.
Okay. Well, when you say another time, it sounds like later on. Or
I said later before, and so then I changed it to another time.
You know how tired I am right now.
That's no excuse.
I'm not catching
That
these.
is no excuse.
I'm not.
That's no excuse.
I'm not catching.
That is
these.
no excuse.
I'm not catching
That's
her
no
little tendencies.
It's no excuse.
Whatever.
Okay.
Phrasing
Okay.
stuff.
Moving on.
Hi.
All right. I liked the Barry and Linda stuff. I thought that it was cute. And then with her getting the advice from Iris, you know, Iris had to come and basically say, oh, he had feelings for someone else. You might want to give him some time because it was that unrequited love thing and the feelings weren't really reciprocated.
Because she doesn't like her with him.
So, and she was wearing the necklace with the ring on it. So
she was.
The whole episode.
She did.
And that's the first time that we've seen it since that episode.
9.
So,
episode 9.
She's starting to question herself.
Christmas episode. Yes.
And everybody's just like, oh, well, we want to hear more of Iris's point of view. Well, we started to get more of it in this episode because of how she was acting. I'm sure we're definitely going to see more, especially with episode 15, because everybody has said that episode is amazing and epic and a lot of things come out. And Robbie Amell, who was on the Flash After Show last night, said that there is a Barry and Iris storyline in episode 15 that will shatter your universe.
Universe shattering.
And Devon was like,
Stream.tv Flash After Show.
And then there was another thing that was done. I don't normally watch this, but I found out that Candace Patton was on it, and it's an AfterBuzz TV, which is kind of like the Flash After Show. They do like a review about the episode, and there's
AfterBuzz is different than
But anyway, I watched this one because Candace Patton was on it. And she was like in the studio, and they were asking her questions. Well, the first half of it, because it was like a 50-minute video. For the first half of it, they were basically talking about their thoughts of the episode, and then the last half, and she was interjecting stuff. And then after that, they focused on just like asking her the questions that people had asked on Twitter and things like that. And she also said that episode 15 is really awesome. And so I am looking forward to it, and I need it to come, like, now. I need to see the episode description, like, now.
How long till the episode? What episode was last night?
13. Next week will be 14, and apparently they're doing a repeat the following week, so we might have to wait a little while for episode 15, which really sucks, because it's supposed to be amazing and we have to wait for it.
I don't believe in waiting.
Especially when it's an episode that's supposed to be like this is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Unless they're going to do 2 hours to make up for it. That's the only time I believe in waiting. For TV.
Yes.
To clarify.
So, what are your thoughts about how Barry reacted to what Iris said to Linda?
He totally is denying the fact that he still has feelings for Iris. I mean, like, he came on really strong.
He did.
I don't have feelings for you anymore. I need you to understand that. No, you're convincing yourself.
Exactly. I kind of think that, I kind of agree with what they were saying on the after show that, you know, I think Lauren said it, where he didn't really think about the emotion behind it. He was just saying it because he was mad. He was saying it in the moment, and he didn't really mean it.
Yeah.
And he was also just kind of trying to convince himself, like you were saying. But yeah, I think that he's more trying to convince himself than he's trying to convince her. Because she was like, when he said that, the look on her face, she
hurt.
She was hurt. And then she's like,
hurt her.
She's like, yeah, I know. You know? And I'm just like,
yeah,
why?
Tears.
Okay, let me see what else I wrote down. Joe and Cisco investigating Nora's murder.
2 flashes. We
Yes.
got to see them. And they found out that one of them was Future Barry.
Yes.
Future Barry.
Yes, they did.
Future
Why are you
Barry.
pushing me?
Because I can.
Well, I can push you back.
Try it.
I did.
Try it again.
Okay. Anyway, yes, we found out that the other streak or speedster that was there was Future Barry.
Yay!
And we don't know who the other person is yet. Of course, there's Wells.
I think Cisco still hasn't ran Wells through.
Well, okay, this is what the people on the after show were saying. They were saying that with the way Wells is, he could like be giving them a fake blood like thing because he's covering his tracks because of all the things that he's done.
Yeah.
And he heals fast too, so they haven't had time to really get a blood sample from him.
Yeah.
To really test what his actual blood type is.
Yeah.
So, you know, it could still be him, but I don't really think that he's the Reverse Flash that killed his mom.
No.
I think that it's a different one.
Yeah, it's Future Eddie.
So, or somebody that he's related to or something like that. But I definitely, I mean, we know that Wells is definitely a version of a Reverse Flash. But I don't think that he's the one that was there that night.
Yeah.
So.
Because, okay, I'm gonna take over for a moment about Flash, or Reverse Flash stuff.
Go ahead.
Okay.
By all means.
I'm tired, so this might take a minute.
She's always tired.
Shush. Okay. In the episode with the Reverse Flash facing off against Barry, he sounded like he'd been doing it for a long time. Okay, that he'd been fighting with Barry for a long time. So that type of person would know that Firestorm doesn't die or anything, because we know that Robbie Amell is going to be in future episodes. Therefore, Firestorm's
definitely going to be in the next episode.
Alive.
But I don't know about future ones.
Well, something came out that said Firestorm's going to get his own outfit. So, therefore, he's going to stay on for a long time.
Yeah.
So, therefore, he survives. Duh.
I don't know how many episodes coming up he's going to be on, but I know for sure he's going to be on the next episode because it's called Fallout, and it has Stein, and it has Firestorm.
Yeah.
And I saw the promo, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that means that, because Wells thought he legitly thought Firestorm was going to nuke himself and die.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't think that the thing he created would actually work. He didn't know.
Yeah.
And the only way you wouldn't know is if you didn't really know what happens in Barry's past.
Mm-hmm.
So, therefore, it becomes official to me that Wells is not a time traveler.
He's from the future.
No, he's not. If he was, and he knows as much as he knows about Barry...
This is news to me! How can he not be from the future?
How can Wells not be from the future?
Yeah!
Because he didn't know about Firestorm. If he was such a fan of Barry that he came back in time to create Barry as the Flash with the whatever accelerator
particle
thing,
accelerator.
yes. Then if he did all this like on purpose because he knew what would happen, then he would have known about Firestorm. He would have known about Plastique. He would have known about the people that.
But there are all these other clues that led to the fact that he's from the future.
Of Gideon. But that's something that could be sent back.
I'm totally confused now.
You can send... Okay. You can send stuff back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe future him found a way to send Gideon back to past him so that he would know, create this is what'll happen. Hey, look. And Barry will get struck by lightning and you will have a superhero that you need to protect so that all this crap can happen in your future. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking at for Wells.
Well, because time travel's coming into it in the next episode, it's gonna really complicate things because they're gonna have all these other like future, past, future things going on, and they're gonna have all these timelines going on, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
you know.
So therefore, I can say without a doubt in my mind that Wells is not the time traveling Flash. It's the other one that is a time traveling Flash. Wells is not.
Zoom isn't the time traveling one, right?
Or
Professor Zoom or whatever.
Professor Zoom is the fan that traveled back in time, became evil because he went crazy finding out that he would become evil.
So he's not Zoom?
No.
Which one is he?
Zoom is the one that kills his mom. So
I thought that was Hunter Zolomon.
No, Hunter Zolomon is his friend.
Okay.
The cop friend.
Well, a lot of people are suspecting that Wells was Zoom. That's why
I know, that's what I was expecting. But because of this fact that he doesn't know who Firestorm is to Barry and the Flash...
Maybe he's just acting like he doesn't.
No, like, I mean, he went... Like, how he was talking to Gideon, he doesn't have to pretend anything around Gideon.
Yeah.
But he did. He's like, will this work? I'm taking my gun in case I have to shoot him because my plan might not work. That is not the act of a guy who knows what's going to happen in the future. That is the act of a desperate man trying to survive. Therefore, he did not know what was going to happen. He knew nothing about Firestorm.
Okay. So, which Flash is he then? Reverse Flash.
Flash is he?
If he's not
the
the time traveling one, then which one is he supposed to be?
He could be Zolomon. I'm not sure. I don't know because the wheelchair and
he came out and flatly stated that he is the man in the yellow suit.
Yeah, he has a yellow suit. There can be multiple reverse flashes in one time period.
I know there's multiple reverse flashes. I know that. Okay, I just want to know which one you think he is.
I'm kind of thinking he's a version of Hunter Zolomon mixed in with something else, because with one of the others. Because he's in a wheelchair. I keep going back to that, but he's in a wheelchair.
He can walk though.
Yeah, but he's still in a wheelchair, and that's a big hint.
Yeah.
And the way he phases in and out, like his voice, he was doing that voice thing when he was in his little dungeon room with Gideon. Why would he need to do that? Was that planned, or was that an accident because he's losing the Speed Force?
He is losing the Speed Force.
But does he actually have the Speed Force, or was it just... Is he fluctuating between, like, in and out of time? Because that's what Hunter Zolomon is. He's a Reverse Flash that got caught between time streams.
Maybe he is like fluctuating. Maybe. Because he's the one that constantly vibrates, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And the one...
Because
the man in the yellow suit was the one that was doing that.
Mm.
Like, when we saw the Reverse Flash in that episode, he was constantly vibrating.
So you're saying that you think that the Reverse Flash that killed Barry's mom would be Hunter Zolomon?
Well, that's what you were saying, too.
No.
But you told me that Hunter Zolomon was the one that constantly vibrated, and he was the one that was doing that in the episode.
Barry can constantly vibrate if he wants to, too. But you have to figure out who's doing it because they need to, and who's doing it because they don't have control over it.
Okay.
Which is hard to distinguish.
All right, well, I think we're going to be in for a big surprise.
Yeah, but I just wanted to talk about that because
the
whole Wells thing.
I think it's in episode 15 when a lot of things get uncovered, that whole Barry and Iris storyline, and I think the big clue about Eddie is going to come out in that episode, so we're going to find out the stuff about him and how he's connected to all of it, and maybe we'll get some more information about that, and... Because I'm kind of confused right now.
Okay. Well, if you're confused, then maybe they are too. What are you confused about?
Well, just because, like, all the things that we thought were true about it are not now. And I'm just like, okay, well, then what is he? Like, who, you know? I still don't, you know, get it. I understood it. Okay. I did. Okay. But now I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah, like, it just popped in my head that, like, I just realized as we were doing this video that Wells can't be the future Flash.
Okay, so he's not the future Flash, but he's still one of the versions of the Reverse Flash. He's just not the one that killed his mom.
Exactly. And
I've known that. I've known that.
Yeah.
I haven't thought that he was the one that killed his mom.
Yeah.
I never thought that.
Mm-hmm. But I was thinking that he could be Professor Zoom even though he didn't kill his mom because he's just that weird. He, like, the way he portrays himself made me think that he'd be that guy.
Exactly.
But he was an uber fan of Barry.
And Zoom and Wells isn't. It was the opposite. Barry was a fan of him.
Well, no, because, like, if you look at it as if thinking that Wells came from the future, then he would have came back in time to create the particle accelerator that would create Barry. Okay. Because he needs Barry to become who he is so that in the future, in his original timeline, he would become such a fan of Barry that he recreates the accident, gives himself powers, the same powers.
And he didn't do any of that.
No. Because if he did, he would have been such a fan, he would have known about Firestorm.
Yeah, and he didn't know about Firestorm.
Which is why I'm saying Harrison Wells is not from the future.
Okay, this is new information for me and for a lot of other people who watch this video. Yes. Now that things have changed and this has been stated, what are your guys' thoughts about all of this now? Especially because in the next 2 episodes, stuff is really going to start coming out about that. And we're going to find out stuff, like, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie is connected. We know he's connected. His last name is not Thawne for no reason. Okay.
Lots of negatives in there, but I think we all understand where you were going with that. Double negatives.
Sorry. But yeah, his name is not Thawne for no reason.
See? Double negative. You just canceled yourself out saying that he is Thawne for no reason.
His name is not Thawne by accident. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on purpose.
I'm sorry. Okay. So, we've kind of... Okay. You want to talk about Firestorm and Martin Stein?
Okay, I'm sorry I took up so much time with the Flash thing. Or Reverse Flash.
It's okay.
But I get carried away.
Well, you do get carried away when it comes to that type of stuff.
I do.
But we both do.
Yes.
Because we're both passionate about it.
And I'm pretty sure that all of you guys actually care.
Yeah. Because you're watching our videos.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Which is why you will comment and tell us what you think about Mind in Theory.
Yeah. We want to know what you guys think now.
Yeah. Because that just blew my mind while I was sitting here. I was like, oh.
I'll post this like in multiple places so that a lot of people can see it. Because we want to know what you think about that. I don't know if a lot of you even went there and thought about that little detail that she brought up. But this changes things.
It does.
So I want to know what you guys think about that.
You need to tweet what's-his-face, Devon, and see what he thinks about my theory.
Okay, I will.
Because I don't tweet people.
Not right now, though. You could tweet him.
I don't have him on my Twitter
follow
thing.
Him.
I'm not following him yet.
Gosh. Just go on Twitter, type in @Devon D. Stewart, follow him, and tweet him.
Eventually.
Okay.
I only just started following you.
Firestorm and Martin Stein. Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay. So they're sharing a body.
They are.
And the way Wells put it is understandable. It's survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm.
The two best aspects of two people are what came forth. Stein's brain, because even though Ronnie was obviously an engineer, Stein was still smarter. And he had age on him, so he was wiser. But
and Ronnie's body.
Ronnie's body is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Especially shirtless.
Yes. Although I would like to say that Victor Garber, who plays Martin Stein, is a really great actor. And it's really great to see him on the show.
It is.
Because I liked him in Titanic, and I need to see Alias, but...
I loved him in Alias. Jack Bristow. Main character's father.
Yes, I know. I've seen bits and pieces of Alias, but I haven't seen a full episode.
Eventually.
I will, eventually. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
I will. It's in my list to watch.
A lot of things are in my list that will never get watched, but they're in my list.
Anyway, yes, he's a great actor, and I liked the way that Ronnie, or Robbie Amell, portrayed him as Martin Stein, with him in his head.
Yeah.
I thought, because a lot of people say that Robbie Amell isn't that great of an actor, but they think that the way that he portrayed having Martin Stein in his mind, in his brain, or having his brain in him, was portrayed well.
Yeah.
So
the one scene that made it believable for me wasn't any of the scenes where he talked to Barry or Caitlin or whatever, but it was when he walked into the room with Barry, Caitlin, and Wells, and he said, "What did you give me?" And then the way he said, "Oh, so basically you gave me something for multi-personalities," or
yeah,
and the way he said it, the way he held himself in that moment, it really actually made me believe it. Because I watched The Tomorrow People, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. With
him in it. I haven't finished it, but I love the series, or the season, whatever.
It was just one season.
But, his character is flat for me. His acting wasn't all that good in it.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I believed him that he was Stein. I believed.
And a lot of people are liking him as Firestorm. So, yes. Oh, and I also want to say about the flashback that of Barry meeting Martin Stein on the train. I thought that was really funny.
It was awesome.
And I was like, oh,
and then Stein remembered exactly what he said. So, when I met you on the train, you were getting ready to go see the accelerator turn on with your not girlfriend.
He's like, she's a girl and she's my friend, but we're not dating yet. I'm like, ah!
Foreshadow!
Because see, that was when he was going to tell her. When they went to go see the particle accelerator was when he was going to tell her his feelings. And then she totally moved it over to the friend zone.
Him.
Friend zone.
He got zoned.
He got friend zoned.
Sucks.
Yeah. And now he thinks that she doesn't want to be with him, and she doesn't want anybody else to be with him either.
Because she doesn't want anyone else to be with him. Because she's denying the fact. She knows how she feels about him. She knows she feels the same way. But she's pushing that down because she doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Because...
And she's trying to be happy for him and Linda.
Yeah.
And she even said, she was like, you know that I've always wanted you to find somebody that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I think that she truly, like, wanted him to be happy, like, with Linda, and, like, was hoping that he would find somebody like that. She just
didn't think it would be so hard.
Yeah, she just didn't think it would be hard.
Because she's never had to share him before. He's always had to share her, but she's
and of
never
course
had to share
now
him.
Things are different between them because when he's going to the Central City Picture News, he's not going there to talk to Iris and ask her how she's doing. He's going there to see Linda. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that, you know, their friendship isn't like it used to be where they're hanging out all the time and doing things like you know, they normally did as best friends would do. Mm-hmm. He's doing with somebody else.
Yeah, like, he hasn't hung out with her. He didn't hang out with her at all in this episode.
No.
He hardly talked to her.
He just came to tell her that he doesn't feel the same way anymore.
He went to yell at her. That
Basically,
was it.
Yeah. And I think she was really hurt by it because she's not used to him being that way.
Yeah.
She's used to having him confide in her. Mm-hmm. When he is going through something like that.
Yeah. But he's doing what you're supposed to do as a couple and keeping it in the couple.
Yeah.
Like, he has issues and he talks to Linda about it.
I don't think what she did was being manipulative.
No. And
I don't think that she even really realized what she was saying.
Yeah. It was subconscious, which makes it so much better.
Yeah, it was subconscious. And I think she was just trying to help Linda because Linda asked her advice, and I think she was just trying to give her some and just say, you know, he did. And he did. He did have feelings for her. Mm-hmm. And she's like...
He does have feelings for her.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, maybe you should just give him some time. That's a reasonable... That's good advice. I mean, that's not... I don't think she was trying to be manipulative at all. I think she truly was trying to help them.
That's how she saw it. But that's not how it was.
No. And I saw these GIFs on Tumblr. It was like a parallel where Barry was watching Iris and Eddie kiss in the pilot, and she was watching Linda and Barry kiss at Central City Picture News. And I was like, oh, heartbreak.
Right.
You know, I guess next episode is supposed to be the double date.
Fun.
With Iris and Eddie and Barry and Linda.
How much did Barry and Linda last? How long?
I don't know. I didn't know she was going to be on episode 14. I thought she was just going to be on 12 and 13. But I guess she's going to be on the next one. But I mean, I'm assuming that since her and Iris become pretty good friends,
and she's going to be on
later
for a while.
On, that she's going to be on. She's going to be recurring, but I don't know how long she's going to be with Barry when she's on it. So it might only be like a few more episodes.
Because I'm kind of thinking that it's a double date. He's going to screw up.
Yeah.
He's going to be caught staring at her.
Exactly. And see, the thing is, in the interviews with Melise Zhao, who plays Linda, she was saying that, you know, she notices the looks that they give each other, the stares and all that stuff. They might not, like, try to show it, but you can see it in their eyes and their face. Like, you know. Yeah. And she hasn't seen them interact before. So when they go on this double date, she's going to see how they interact with each other. And she's going to notice those things. And, you know.
Because as a reporter, she's very observant.
She is very smart. And there was a tag on these GIFs that somebody had made on Tumblr. They put like a tag underneath it. And they were saying that they just, when she kind of stuttered when she said reciprocate, you know, that he didn't do that. Like, it's just like she was trying, the logical side of her was trying to ignore how she felt. But, like, she did feel that way.
Yeah.
And you know, and she's like, Linda is like Henry Allen. Like, she's smart in the way that she can figure it out even by not even seeing them interact. Because when Iris said that, there was a gif of Linda underneath, and it showed her, it almost looked like she was mouthing you. And I was like, I just kept staring at it to try to figure out, like, what her mouth was saying. Because I thought that she was like, you. And I'm like, you know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, wait a minute. Like, I sat there, I paused the show, and I'm like, Iris never said it was her. But Linda called Barry and said, you're in love with Iris.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
She figured it out. By the way, by her body language and by the way she was acting, she could tell that it was her that he had the feelings for.
Yeah. Because when I was watching that scene, I'm like, Iris, you're not doing a very good job of hiding who it is.
She's not. And I think that when she was trying to say that, she was trying to convince herself, too, that, like, you know, because she was like, oh, and they weren't really, you know, they weren't really reciprocated. And I'm just like, girl.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry that we're at 31 minutes.
We've covered a lot of stuff.
We have.
Okay, so Joe telling Cisco his suspicions about Wells. With the blood and everything. And, like, and Cisco not believing that it's Wells. And,
I still think Cisco needs to run the test on Wells.
I do, too.
Just to make sure. But, like I was saying...
But, like, how are they going to get a sample from him if he heals so fast? You know, that's the thing.
No, next time he gets
because, like, he covers his tracks. Wells covers his tracks.
Yeah.
So, you know...
Someone's always after Wells, and Wells gets
But he's
hurt.
definitely hiding something.
Yeah.
We know that.
Wells gets hurt every time someone's after him. So just be standing there with a swab.
Okay, the only thing we really have left to talk about is Caitlin and Ronnie.
Which I think we kind of covered talking about Firestorm, didn't we?
A little bit.
Slightly.
We talked more about him and Stein.
Right.
But her and Ronnie, like, they had some really nice scenes last night. And I like when she was like, Ronnie, if you're in there, I love you.
And then Stein kissed her. He's like, that was from him.
Yeah.
He loves you. I can feel it. And I'm like, really?
Really now?
And... how does that feel? Really? Can you imagine being you up here, but not here, and still feeling the person that owns this body in your head and emotion?
No. I can't. Can you?
No. Can all you psychotic people tell us what it feels like? Yeah.
But yeah, I and then when he said, I remember this, and he's like, I shouldn't know this, but I remember, and he mentioned that location, and she's like, that's where he proposed. So he's still having those thoughts and those memories of Ronnie. It's just... But I did like the flashbacks in this episode. I thought they were really good. And they were really well done. And, of course, the fight with Firestorm and the Flash was really good and awesome. Everybody was raving about that, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say about it. I think that we kind of covered everything. Sorry about the long rants that we went on about other things, but we had a lot to say about those things, and they needed to be addressed because things are changing and things are getting better
Wells
and
needed
better.
to be addressed.
He did, and so did the whole Barry, Linda, Iris thing. Apparently next episode, Mason is going to kind of plant the seed of telling Iris that something is going on at Star Labs and to try to kind of get her to investigate.
Mason
Bridge. Her mentor guy.
Oh, the dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said that, like, Candace Patton was saying on the AfterBuzz TV thing that he just kind of plants a seed, but, like, you don't really... I mean, you kind of see her go, but she knows everybody at Star Labs, so she's not really thinking that there's a lot of, like, mystery going on there. Because she knows Caitlin, and she knows Cisco, and she knows Wells, and so she doesn't really think that anything suspicious is happening, and she's kind of hesitant to really go after that story.
Yeah.
And also the time travel thing is introduced because as we saw from the promo, Cisco shows Barry through that mirror thing that they found in the house, the pictures of the two speedsters, and Barry's like, that's me, you know? And so you see all that stuff come out, and it's going to be really good. I'm excited. I just don't want to have to wait a really long time for episode 15. Hopefully we only have to wait like a week, because I don't want to have to wait like 2 or 3 weeks for that.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, you can find AfterBuzz TV here on YouTube.
Yeah, they're also on YouTube. The only reason I watched them was because of Candace Patton being on it. I don't normally watch them after The Flash because I already watched The Flash After Show, which I think is better. But I like the people on it better. But yeah, if you guys want to check that out, just to see Candace Patton on there and hear some of her answers to the questions that were asked, you can do that.
Yeah, Flash After Show is more relaxed, and AfterBuzz TV is more like dressed. They seem more dressed up and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they use microphones and like they have headphones on, and she was like sitting in this little area and stuff.
It's more like proper.
Yeah, it's different. It's not. So. I mean, you guys can check it out if you want to.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Iris is talking about Iris.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty long. It's like 50 minutes, but
it's worth it.
But it's worth it. So.
Yeah. Okay, so almost 40 minutes of your time, but you will thank us for it later.
Yes, you will. Please tell us your thoughts about those things.
Yeah.
And a shout out to the people on the Barry and Iris board on Fan Forum. You guys are awesome, and you give a lot of really awesome theories and speculation about our couple, our favorite couple. So, yes, thank you. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. So, comment and
continue to watch our videos.
Yeah. Comment and subscribe and like and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
So until next time, keep believing in the impossible.